have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. Even before a word is on my tongue, you know it all together. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me. For you formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I will praise you. For I am fearfully and wonderfully made.
Mystery Island, a place of discovery, a place for you and me.
Way out in the ocean, rising up above the sea, is a land of wonder, is a land of mystery.
Mystery Island, hoo-ha, Mystery Island, hoo.
So much to discover, so much for us to see. God's truth never failing, all the way through history.
Mystery Island, hoo-ha, Mystery Island, hoo.
There's a place you gotta see, a land of discovery. It's Mystery Island, Mystery Island. Searching for the ancient truth, hand it down to me and you. Mystery Island, come on! Won't you come along with me? On a search to the island, for the clues hidden all around. Our God is a treasure, just waiting to be found.
Mystery Island, hoo-ha, Mystery Island, hoo. Mystery Island, hoo-ha, Mystery Island.
There's a place you gotta see, a land of discovery. It's Mystery Island, Mystery Island. Searching for the ancient truth, hand it down to me and you. Mystery Island, come on! Won't you come along with me?
Mystery Island, it's a place for you and me. Ready for discovery? The deeper you dig, the more you will find. Cause that's how it works on Mystery Island. The path is narrow, so stay on track. But the treasure is yours if you follow the map. God is faithful, God is strong. I can sing of his love all the day long. God is powerful, holy and true. I'm ready for mystery, how about
There's a
you?
place you gotta see, a land of discovery. It's Mystery Island,
It's Mystery Island.
Mystery Island. Searching for the ancient truth, hand it down to me and you. Mystery Island,
It's Mystery Island.
Mystery
It's a
Island.
place for you and me.
There's a place you gotta see, a land of discovery. It's Mystery Island,
It's Mystery Island.
Mystery Island. Searching for the ancient truth.
It's a place of discovery. It's a place for you and me. Won't you come along with me?
Won't you come along with me?
Mystery Island, hoo-ha, Mystery Island, hoo.
Welcome back to day 2 of Mystery Island, my friends. Oh boy, do we have a great day planned for you. Captain Crispy, I can see you. Come on. Come on out, matey.
I was trying to hide so you wouldn't find me.
Well, if you want to talk about a pirate who was good at eluding capture, then we need to talk about a French pirate called Jean Baptiste.
Did he like French fries?
No, I don't think so. But he was a pirate who captured more than 200 ships in his pirating career. Yet he himself was hard to capture. Once he was captured by the English, but he had managed to escape in a rowboat.
Did he row your boat gently down the stream?
No. But another time, he was cruising the North Sea, and he got blocked by a strong Dutch fleet of warships. Again, he managed to escape and get back out to the main sea.
That sounds like a movie script. Hiding, eluding, evading capture, escaping, well.
It reminds me of something that we're going to be talking about today. Jean Baptiste tried to hide, but you can't hide from God. No matter where you are, God knows everything and is everywhere. He is always with you and with me, and oh, is he mighty. So with that thought in mind, let's sing another song for today on day 2.
Who set the earth's foundation? Who poured the deep blue sea? The author of creation, maker of you and me. Great, 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 great is the Lord, and great, 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 greatly to be praised, and great, 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 I stand amazed, and great, 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 lift my hands and praise you. Our God is great in power, His every word is true. Oh, there is no one like Him, maker of me and you. Great, 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 great is the Lord, and great, 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 greatly to be praised, and great, 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 I stand amazed, and great, 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 lift my hands and praise you. Our God is greater, and I'm amazed by you, awesome in power. God, there is none like you. Great, 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 great is the Lord, and great, 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 greatly to be praised, and great, 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 I stand amazed, and great, 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 lift my hands and praise you. Great, great, great is the Lord, and great, 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 greatly to be praised, and great, 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 I stand amazed, and great, 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 lift my hands and praise you.
Hey, welcome back. We're glad you're here for day 2 of Mystery Island. It is my privilege to talk to you about how almighty God is, how God is everywhere and in everything if we but look. So I'm going to ask you a question. Are you able to see, to identify the handwriting of your parents? Like if your mom leaves you a note, or your dad, or maybe one of your friends or your grandparents, you go, oh, you know what? I know who that's from before I read the signature. I've got such a thing like this. This is a birthday card from my 9-month-old granddaughter. There's her little handprint. Makes it very special to me. Now, God has left God's handprint on everything also. I mean, if you look at these beautiful flowers, can you see God's handwriting in this? Or when you look at your brother, sister, friends, parents, other members at church, do you see God's handprint there? What a marvelous creation God has made. It's really important if we can actually, it's one of the treasured verses, that God is everywhere and God has created everything. Because if we believe and if we see that God has done it all, then we will treat it differently. It's not ours. It's God's. And we get to enjoy it. We get to take care of nature and plants. We get to love the people in our lives. So as you explore the mystery today, I want you to think about how almighty God is, how God is in everything and all around us, and including the stars and the sun and the moon and all of that. And God loves us. Let's thank God for all God has done.
praise your name. You are the Lord. You are the Lord. Yesterday, today, forevermore, forevermore. Oh, the glory and the wonder of your majesty. I will tell the world of your great love for me. Makes me wanna sing. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. All the world will praise your name in earth and sky and sea. Holy, 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 merciful and mighty, God in three persons, blessed Trinity. God, you're near to all who call your name, who call your name. And even when I fall, your love remains, your love remains. You open up your hand and you provide for me. I am satisfied, you've given everything. My heart is gonna sing. Holy, 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 Lord God Almighty. All the world will praise your name in earth and sky and sea. Holy, 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 merciful and mighty, God in three persons, blessed Trinity. Holy is the Lord. Holy is the Lord.
Welcome, Vacation Bible Schoolers, to day 2 of the science class. Today we're going to talk about air pressure. But before we begin, I want you to be sure that you have help from a grown-up or a teenager or a big kid. If you're a little kid, don't be playing around on the hot stove by yourself. It's potential to get burned up and damaged, and you don't want to do that because it would hurt. So, on today, we're going to talk about air pressure. Air pressure is all around us, pressing in everywhere, like God's love. It's everywhere. What I'm going to do is take an ordinary pop can. You've all seen these before. Now, you know you could crush it with your hand. They're not very strong. But there's another way that we can crush it, and we're going to use the pressure in the air to make the can crumple. So to do this, I'm going to turn on the burner of the stove. There we go. That's going to start heating up. You'll see that it gets red hot in a minute. Then I'm going to take our can and take the 1 ounce measuring cup out of your kit of materials that we sent home. And I'm going to pour that 1 ounce of water inside the can. And then we're going to set it on the hot stove, and in just a minute or so, it's going to boil. We'll be able to hear it boil and see steam coming out the hole in the top when it's ready to go. In the meantime, I'm going to get a dish of ice cold water ready right next to it. So I've got ice cubes. We're going to pour them into the dish. Get them off the stovetop there. And then we're going to pour some water on the ice. There we go. That'll cool things down because that's ice water. Now you know what happens when steam touches water. When you heat up the water, it turns into steam. It takes up a lot more space. We turned it into a gas. And when we cool the steam back down, it turns back into water and takes up a lot less space. So that's what we're going to be doing here. So as soon as this boils, we're going to continue the experiment. The can is heated up. You can see the burner is red hot. Don't touch it. And I can hear the can is boiling, and I can see steam coming out the top. Over here, the ice water is ready. So I'm going to grab the can off the stove and put the top of it into the ice water. And let's watch what happens to the can. Wow, it imploded. It blew up to the inside, blew inside. And what happened was the cold water made the steam turn back into water so quickly the air couldn't rush in the hole fast enough, and the can crushed instead. And that was all pressure. There are folks who would say that the can was crushed because there was suction inside of it. I'd like you to think about it a different way, though. I think there is no such thing as suction. What there is are places where there is more pressure than other places. So think of a balloon. If you want to blow up a balloon, you have to blow air inside the balloon so that there is enough pressure to balance the air pressure outside the balloon. If you don't do that, the balloon will not inflate. If you want the balloon to go down, you have to open up the end and let some of the air out. When the air leaves the balloon, then the air pressure pushes it into a smaller size. And that's essentially what happened here. We removed the water vapor that was inside the can, the steam. And when we removed that by cooling it in the ice, then the air pressure on the outside crushed the can. The nice way to think about it is that air pressure, which is necessary for us to live on the earth, is around us just like God's love is all around us all the time. So keep that thought, and I'm glad you stopped by today, and we'll see you on day 3 of Vacation Bible School Science class.
Psalm 145, 1 through 3.
Unsearchable, unsearchable, unsearchable. His greatness is unsearchable, 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 unsearchable. His greatness is unsearchable. I will extol you, my God and King, and bless your name forever and ever. I will extol you, my God and King, and bless your name forever and ever. Every day I will bless you and praise your name forever and ever. Every day I will bless you and praise your name forever and ever. Great is the Lord and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. Great is the Lord and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable, 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 unsearchable. His greatness is unsearchable. I will extol you, my God and King, and bless your name forever and ever. I will extol you, my
Hello, welcome back to Mystery Island. My name is Carol again. For week 2, you will find in your bag, we have some pony beads and we have a shell attached to your string. And what you need to do for this project is to decide how you want your beads to go onto your necklace. The young man who made this one for me wanted all the purple on one side and all the white on the other. So you will just string your beads onto your string. You will tie a knot in it, and then you will have your Mystery Island necklace. We'll see you next week.
Isaiah 6:3.
Welcome back to Creature Feature. Last week you learned about Camo the chameleon, and this week we are learning about Flip, the flapjack octopus. There are a lot of different kinds of octopuses, but the flapjack octopus is pretty unique. Now, this is my octopus, and it's a lot bigger than Flip is, and a lot smaller than some of the biggest ones. Flip is going to help us think about how mighty God is, how powerful and mighty He is. If you ever watched Finding Nemo on a video, there was an octopus that was called Hank. Well, our octopus today is not that big either. If you look at the size of an octopus, this is my fist. This is the size of a flapjack octopus. It's pretty small. And it has to do a lot of things because it's small. If you think about the deepest you've ever been in water, the octopus can swim a lot deeper than we can. We might jump off the end of the deep end of the pool. We might jump off a dock that's even where the water's even deeper. But the octopus goes so deep in the ocean that no light gets there, and it's black. It's a place where we could not go unless we were in some kind of a bubble that would give us a chance to breathe. It's safer down there. To be right at the surface, the octopus is really
vulnerable to all sorts of different people, even fisher people. But down deep, they can be safe or safer. Now they have to take in a lot of oxygen. And that's a part of the gift that God gave the octopus, is that they can take in more oxygen than we can at a time. So they're safe. When they're down at the bottom and you can't see them, God sees them. God sees us when we're hiding under the bed. God sees all of the animals and all of the people in the world. Doesn't need light. God just sees everyone. And that's the case with the flapjack octopus. The flapjack octopus lives off of California. Have any of you ever been to California? You may not have been to Japan, but that's another place that it lives. And it is different from us in that it has blue blood. What color is your blood? Red, right? Well, the octopus has blue blood. That's why some people say that an octopus sheds ink because it's dark blue, but it's not ink. It's the blood of the octopus. Now this one, remember, is called the flapjack octopus. It can flatten because it has no bones. There are no bones in here. There are no bones up here. So when an octopus like this wants to hide, it flattens itself out and can lie on a rock or at the bottom of the ocean, and some creature that the octopus wants to eat can swim by and not even notice. But the octopus is lying in wait and can jump up, and then it has all those tentacles around it. Look at all the tentacles I have. Those are sticky, just like the chameleon's tongue is sticky. So they can grasp the prey and bring it to them because they are hiding and can lie in wait and get their prey. You may not have ever seen a picture of an octopus swimming, but when an octopus swims, all of his tentacles go behind and it swims like this, so it's more streamlined and it can be very fast. It just brings those tentacles together. But it's muscle in the octopus, not the bones, because they're not there. The octopus teaches us, even if we feel like nobody sees us, nobody pays attention, God sees us. God will always be there, and God will always see us when other kids, other adults don't. That's what the octopus will remind you of when you see it. God sees you. It was fun to be with you today and with Flip. Next week, we get to learn about the great white shark. It's so impressive. So we'll be back.
Trust in God with all your heart. He will see you through. He will never part. His plans for you are good, you know. And it all begins when we let go. Let's go. 3, 2, here we go. Jump, jump to the arms wide open. Your love is deeper than the ocean. Jump, jump, 'cause you never change. Your love for me will always stay the same. Jump, jump to the arms wide open. Your love is deeper than the ocean. Jump, jump, 'cause you never change. Your love for me will always stay the same. Let's go. As you trust in God each and every day, He will see you through, help you find your way. He is always good and He stays the same. He will never your name. 4, 3, 2, everybody jump. Jump, jump to the arms wide open. Your love is deeper than the ocean. Jump, jump, 'cause you never change. Your love for me will always stay the same. Jump, jump to the arms wide open. Your love is deeper than the ocean. Jump, jump, 'cause you never change. Your love for me will always stay the same. Jump, 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 love is higher. Jump, 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 love is stronger. Jump, 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 everybody now. Jump, jump, deeper. Jump, 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 love is higher. Jump, jump, love is stronger. Jump, 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 jump to the arms wide open. Your love is deeper than the ocean. Jump, jump, 'cause you never change. Your love for me will always stay the same. Jump, jump to the arms wide open. Your love is deeper than the ocean. Jump, jump, 'cause you never change. Your love for me will always stay the same. Jump, jump. The place you gotta see, a land of discovery, Mystery Island.
Mystery Island. Mystery Island.
Thank you, God, for such a beautiful day. Good morning.
Oh,
Is your brother coming too?
Oh, yes, he should be here in a moment.
Oh, good.
This is such a beautiful place. Oh, and I love the pirate theme.
Yes, people do seem to enjoy it.
Your costume is fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you.
Oh, what a unique necklace.
This is my O necklace.
O necklace?
Yes, I wear it to remind me how great God is. The 3 O's here stand for the 3 big O words: omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent.
Wow, those are big words.
Yes, I know, and I love them.
Well, what do they mean?
Well, take the first one, omnipotent. Omni means all, and potent means power. So when you put it together, you get all power. In other words, there's nothing that God cannot do. Whether it's healing someone or calming a storm with just one word or making something out of nothing, he can do it, no problem.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, after all, he's God, right?
Oh, yes, exactly. And the next one is omniscient, which means all-knowing. In other words, God knows absolutely everything, which means he's never had to think about anything. He's never had to plot his course of action. Nothing has ever occurred to him. He knows every hair that's on your head. He knows every grain of sand on earth, every star in the universe, every thought that's ever been thought, and every word that's ever been spoken. He knows all of it.
Whoa, that blows my mind.
Oh, I know, mine too. And the last one is omnipresent, which means
Oh, wait, don't tell me, let me guess. It means all present?
That's right. Which means God is everywhere at the exact same time. From the bottom of the ocean to the farthest point in outer space. There's nowhere that you and I can go that God isn't already there, which means that we can never hide from God, but it also means that we're never truly alone.
That's pretty neat to think about.
So you see, just having this reminder that God is with me, that he knows everything about me, and that he can do absolutely anything is really quite comforting.
You wouldn't happen to have any of those O necklaces in the gift shop, would you?
No, sorry, but here, take this one.
Oh, no, I couldn't take yours.
Don't be silly, I can make a new one. Please take it.
All right, thank you. That's very kind of you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Enjoy.
Okay, little guy, you'll be okay. We're almost home.
Would you excuse me for a moment, please?
Sure.
Dylan, what are you doing? It is 10 o'clock in the morning. Why aren't you working?
I'm sorry. I was taking a walk on the beach, and then I lost track of time. But then I found this little lizard. Oh no!
What's wrong?
He's gone! Have you seen him? Where did he go? It was just in my hands. I don't understand. He was under you. Oh, I found him.
And I suppose you'd like to keep him, wouldn't you?
May I, please?
Don't ever let me see it, do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, now get to work, please.
Okay.
Oh, sorry I'm late. Overslept.
That's no problem. I trust the accommodations were satisfactory.
Oh, yes. Everything is wonderful.
Good. Now, I'm guessing you two are probably wondering why you're here.
No, not really. I mean, we won a vacation, right?
Well, not exactly.
Not exactly.
You know, it might be best if we sit down. You two are about to hear some things you've never heard before.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she's making me nervous. What do you think this is about? I don't know.
Ah, yes, Dylan, thank you.
Ooh, fresh squeezed lemonade?
Yeah, right. It's just the cheap stuff from the can. Mostly sugar.
Thank you so much for that, Dylan. Now, why don't you get some ice for the lemonade?
Okay, coming right up.
He's a delightful boy. Just started this week. So,
Don't worry. Everything's fine.
anyways, what were we talking about?
You were about to tell us why we're here.
Ah, yes, you see, you two didn't win this vacation.
I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true.
Oh, no, you don't understand. You didn't win it because it was a gift.
What? From whom? Who would want to give us a vacation?
She's probably going to say that some rich uncle we've never heard of before died and left us an inheritance.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Well, actually, that's exactly what happened.
Wait, you are kidding, right?
Nope, she's not kidding.
What?
So this is Mr. Tobias Henson. He's an attorney with Finley & Associates. He arrived shortly after you did.
I don't understand.
Here you are.
Dylan, why aren't you using ice tongs?
Oh, because I couldn't find them. But don't worry, my hands are clean.
I'm so sorry. Would you excuse me for just one moment? I suddenly have some employee training to do.
What's wrong?
Well, anyway, I represent your uncle's estate.
But that's impossible. We've never had an uncle, have we, sis?
Of course not. There must be some mistake.
Well, I can assure you there's no mistake. Your father had a brother, and his name was Joe Richardson. Says so right here.
This is crazy.
Well, it might be crazy, but it's also true.
Then why haven't we heard of him before?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
This is so mysterious.
So, what do you know about him?
Well, I do know he was a treasure hunter.
Treasure hunter? You mean like Indiana Jones?
Yep, and he was one of the best. Rugged, fearless, never gave up. Why, he even wrestled a lion once to retrieve a clue he needed.
Whoa.
It sounds like you knew him.
Oh, well, not really. Just read some things about him, that's all.
So why'd he come to Mystery Island?
Yeah.
Well, that's because Mystery Island has a lot of pirate history, which means treasure. In fact, there's an old legend that says the largest pirate treasure is buried somewhere on this island.
Really? That's so cool.
It's the ultimate treasure. The one that all treasure hunters dream of finding. The one even Blackbeard himself searched for and couldn't find. Captain Scurvy Legs Gold.
Captain Scurvy Legs Gold. Why, that sounds like something right out of an adventure book.
Yep, and your uncle wanted to find it if it was the last thing he did.
So did he?
We don't know, but he did find something. There's no doubt about that.
Have you discussed the inheritance yet?
We were just getting to that.
Wow, inheritance. Don't you just love the sound of that?
I can't believe this is happening to us.
So, when it comes to an inheritance, the will usually states what's to be given and how it's to be given. And your uncle's will is no exception.
Except what?
Except that there's a twist. Your uncle, being a treasure hunter, wanted your inheritance to include a treasure hunt.
You're joking.
No, he's quite serious.
Oh,
That's okay. It sounds fun to me.
of course it does.
So here's how it works. There are 3 legs to the hunt. At the beginning of each leg, you'll be given a treasure map with clues and directions to find a buried artifact somewhere on the island. And then once you find that artifact, you'll bring it back here, and then we'll give you another map for the next leg. Make sense?
But what happens if we don't find the artifact?
Yeah.
Well, then I guess you don't get an inheritance.
Oh.
Well, then we have to find it.
So, are you ready to start then?
Absolutely. Let's get this show on the road.
Right. Now, I've got the first briefcase here. So I will input my combination, and Mr. Henson will input his.
Cool. It's just like a spy movie.
Yes. And inside should be the first treasure map.
It's a treasure map, all right. Oh, sorry.
Now, I'm afraid there is one stipulation.
What's that?
We're not permitted to help you.
What? So we're on our own?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Oh, thanks, Uncle Joe, for making it easy.
That's okay, sis. We can do this. I know we can. We just have to figure out how to read this map.
You're not giving me very much confidence.
Well, that's okay. We'll figure it out as we go. Come on.
Wait for me.
Mystery Island. Come on.
Mystery Island. Hoo-ha. Mystery Island.
Mystery Island, a place of discovery, a place for you and me.
Way out in the ocean, rising up above the sea, is a land of wonder, is a land of mystery.
Mystery Island. Hoo-ha. Mystery Island. Hoo.
So much to discover, so much for us to see. God's truth never failing, all the way through history.
Mystery Island. Hoo-ha. Mystery Island. Hoo.
There's a place you gotta see, a land of discovery. It's Mystery Island, Mystery Island. Searching for the ancient truth, hand it down to me and you. Mystery Island, come on, won't you come along with me? On a search to the island, for the clues hidden all around. Our God is a treasure, just waiting to be found.
Mystery Island. Hoo-ha. Mystery Island. Hoo. Mystery Island. Hoo-ha. Mystery Island.
There's a place you gotta see, a land of discovery. It's Mystery Island, Mystery Island. Searching for the ancient truth, hand it down to me and you. Mystery Island, come on, won't you come along with me?
Mystery Island, it's a place for you and me. Ready for discovery? The deeper you dig, the more you will find. Cause that's how it works, a Mystery Island. The path is narrow, so stay on track. But the treasure is yours if you follow the map. God is faithful, God is strong. I can sing of his love all the day long. God is powerful, holy and true. I'm ready for mystery, how about
There's a
you?
place you gotta see, a land of discovery. It's Mystery Island,
It's Mystery Island.
Mystery Island. Searching for the ancient truth, hand it down to me and you. Mystery Island,
It's Mystery Island.
Mystery Island.